And we're back here once again with another episode, the Iron Man Podcast, episode 558. It's going to be another rendition of Monday Mayhem. And hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I ended up watching Trap, not Yu-Gi-Oh!, not Men Sheehees, an actual movie called Trap, okay? And then I'm so far behind on getting content out. We did talk about the Nerdrotic situation last night for video form, and good old Tiny went off on her crazy Jewish lady rants, and those are always crazy. Let's just say that. I always tell her, you gotta stop doing that. That stuff is so hot when she just starts ranting. It feels like such a turn on. I always tell her that. She just keeps ranting. I'm like, good for me. There was one time she got so angry, she was not just yelling, she was screaming at me on Iron Show. I was like, good for me. It's working. That's how you get a lady riled up. You talk about Henry Cavill, actually. That's when you get them turned on.
Or straight men with taste.
Sure. So, as you guys know, good news and some bad news. The bad news is, as you guys people knew before, my thermostat wasn't working very well. The cool air wasn't coming out at all. Now, stuff that it's not working, the cool air just doesn't process through. There's so many jokes I know we could be saying with this, but just humor me out. And then all of a sudden last night, it decided to not push out any cooled air anymore. And I had to go get the box fan out. So I might just go to Home Depot later on the night and just get one of those like industrial fans that we use at work, which are like $50 that produces cool air, very round and big. And it's what my wife would generally want for us. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm guys, we'll be here for like an hour and some change. I got a lot of stuff I got to do tonight anyway. So many videos I have to edit. So I got to get my content creation stuff done. So I just brought these cloud chasers here, obviously, to talk to me because I have no other friends to talk to. Throw a cold one back with the boys. And Darnell's whittling a steak for vampires or something.
Sorry, I'm sharpening knives. My ADHD's getting to me.
Why don't you eat candy like most smoke addicts do? Oh, I've had Mike and Ison forever.
Not a smoker. Not a smoker. Just ADHD. Man.
ADD.
I remember I liked having Jolly Ranchers as a kid. Those were good. I like those.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
yeah, Jolly Ranchers are classic.
Wow.
This helps calm me because there's a chart of what's what, and I separate them by color and eat them by color.
I do
do that too.
You realize, Darnell, he just literally called you and I drug addicts for being ADD.
Yep.
I love that.
And I take no medication.
I've got ADD and Tourette's syndrome, and I never taken any meds either. I didn't find that out until I was 17, so I white knuckled it the whole time.
Tonight's a handicap stream then.
Oh, I am doubly handicapped. Tourette's
I'm
syndrome
also
and
over 40. We're in a protected class over 40.
Well, my birthday is
you guys are protected classes. Do you guys get $13,000 in food stamps for government beneficial? Good Lord.
I had some champagne socialists trying to argue it's the capitalist problem. Like, fuck off, you communists.
Good Lord.
I just saw a video of
shut that bullshit up your colon where it came from.
Her dad, who fought for the country, gets $23 a month.
I saw that. Yeah. $23 a month in food stamps, while this immigrant, worthless bitch who just came over here a month ago gets $13K in food. Bro.
Yeah.
I know we're on YouTube and they've been kind of cracking down stuff like that. If we were still exclusively on Rumble, I would be saying things that a lot of people would be very in agreement with, but YouTube would not actually.
I've come up with a very succinct way of describing these people. Communists aren't people.
They're ideas.
No.
Yeah.
No disagreement.
No, they're not even ideas. They're just not people.
Just do what Bruce said in Finding
People
Nemo.
think for themselves.
Communists aren't friends, not food.
Depends on how hungry you are. Eat the communists first.
Oh, God, no. Lord.
Redistribute the wealth, bitch.
And Strider also tweeted out on Twitter, or X, or whatever they're fucking called these days. Is League of Legends worth getting into? I always say yes. It is a very, very fun game. The problem here with League is learning the absolute basics are not easy, but when you do, it's good. But when you master the game, it just takes a bit of time. Honestly, I always recommend people play. That's me. Keep in mind, Riot Games is, let's say, woke on levels that aren't really.
Hobo
good.
did say that you have to download some kind of anti-cheat software that's basically Chinese Communist Party infiltration of your of your data. Like, I don't like that. Maybe I don't know.
That was just a recent thing they had to do. And people said it bricked the computer.
Yeah.
It didn't brick mine at all. I'm perfectly playing League fine. It's just Riot is like fake woke, for being honest here. Riot got in bed with the Saudi Arabians, and this company literally talks about, we love women, we love our diversity. Why are you taking money from the Saudi Arabian government?
Your pronouns in bio won't do very well over there.
Yeah, the company's literally the fakest woke company ever. Like, people say, is Riot woke? No, they're not. They're not. I promise you, no actual company like that would take money from the Saudi government. It's actually criminal what they'll do.
I mean, I mean, they are woke because wokeness is just performative. It's not actually the true believers. Even the true believers don't actually truly believe. It's all just performative, hollow, vapid bullshit to try to get more of that sweet ESG money because they can't make money on their own. They're such communists, they're such redistributists, they're such socialists or whatever. They need the big fat cat capitalist money to keep existing. Like, fuck you all.
Yeah, but that money's drying up. Because that money's drying up. If things keep trending the way they have the last 2 days, stocks losing almost 300 points in the last 2 days.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, let's see, the Japanese market last night closed, I think, 1,200 points down, or 23%. It was a massive crash in Japan.
You know what's funny? I have a little bit of crypto left from that I didn't sell off, some Shiba, and it's been going down like 5, 10, whatever percent multiple times a day. Yesterday, when everything dropped, I got a notification. It's up 25%.
Yep.
Sell that shit.
Like, no, it's still like 0.00001 cents a share.
I'm so glad I invested in Doge.
Like $20 buys you 2 million. Dude,
you guys invested in crypto? I never got on investing in that.
I did a little bit of crypto, not a whole lot, because it's one of those things. It's like, I'll just throw a little bit of cash into it and see what happens with it. And I don't touch it. I just watch it. I mean, so I'm like, I'm in like Bit, Cardano, Ethereum, and a little bit of Doge, just to see what happens with it.
Mm-hmm. I just got some like Ford stocks that I bought a while ago.
It felt too unsafe. Like, I don't know. I never.
It was.
That's why you do like being drunk did. I did like maybe $100 total over the course like a year.
Oh, okay.
I did a total of $1,000.
Okay,
over most of them, except for the biggest is in Bit.
And had I cashed out Doge when it hit 70-something cents, I would have turned $100 into like 15,000. Wow. I held on to it and it dropped, and I was like,
Yeah, the thing is with that, it's very much a speculative. It's speculative, and so I'm never that kind of person. If you're like and I work in the financial industry, so I can say this with some degree of certainty. If you are like a market watcher, like if you're a stockbroker and you're just kind of that's your job to watch the price of stocks like every hour, sure. But as just an average investor, you're better off doing like dollar cost averaging in a mutual fund over the course of time. But I mean, it's if you have the spare cash, might as well.
It's fun to drop $20 and watch it. It's fun.
Yeah. I have some Robinhood investment, just some stocks that I did just to see. And during I think 2020, I think I could have cashed out and got maybe like $800, $900 out of it, and then the next couple of days just went. But I didn't even see it because I don't have those alerts. I just keep it in there.
I mean, my crypto wallet right now is up $105.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people who were recommending crypto to me were not people I trusted. And they were very well, one of them was my manager when I rented cars, and I did not trust him as far as I could throw him because as much as he got swindled by other swindlers, he was kind of a swindler himself. Not anything illegal, but it's like you seem like you want, because he wanted all of his employees to kind of pool all their money together. Oh, we'll buy crypto. Like, this doesn't sound right. Like this, right. I don't know about this. And a couple of people are like, well, why not? You're gonna be a millionaire overnight. Like, oh my God, do any of you people? And well, I mean, I was looking around just the people that are renting cars for a living, and I was too, but I knew enough to not. Nothing is ever a sure thing. If anybody ever tries, if a financial professional, anybody, especially a financial professional, because that's against the law, that's against federal law to guarantee returns. You cannot guarantee returns. Nobody can. I don't care how good the algorithm is. I don't care how good your math is. I don't care how I don't care how inside baseball you want to go. Nothing is guaranteed results. If anybody says that, run. You are being swindled. You are being literally grifted.
And that's the reason why.
What's your financial advice today?
That's the reason why with the crypto, for me, I had $1,000 that I'm willing to lose, and I understand that there is a possibility that I will lose it. Otherwise, I check on it every so often, just see what's kind of going on with it. And it's been interesting. Granted, it always seems to be in opposite response to what the market's doing. So if the market's coming down, crypto's going up.
Yeah, interesting.
So I still kick myself in the ass, and I'm buying $1,000 of Bitcoin when it was back in 2009.
Pennies on the dollar.
It was like 0.0004 cents a share.
Yeah,
it would have been something like $435 million, $1 billion.
Jeez.
It would have been hundreds of billions. Yeah.
Well, the thing you also got to consider is if you cash out, because if you were to cash out that 15 grand, you're not keeping that 15 grand. You got short-term capital gains to pay for, and that sucks.
If you hold it for over a year, it's 10%.
Yeah, if you hold it for a year or longer, it's more long-term capital gains, which you're going to pay taxes on it no matter what. But long-term capital gains are way better than short-term.
And so I've had this in going now for about the last 3 years.
Okay, so you won't be. It just sucks because the government rewards you for keeping your money invested, which is especially with the day like today. Do not cash out. Do not turn everything into cash. Do not panic because market dips happen. Market plummets happen, but it will eventually go back up. Everything ends. Nothing is catastrophic. Do not panic. Everything will come back because the trend is always up. You got mountains and valleys, but the trends are always up.
Bring on the market reset.
Yes, because eventually, because this is policy decisions coming home to roost. This whole thing is, and I don't really know like the ins and outs of all of it, but I know enough to know that this is policy decisions coming home to roost worldwide, seemingly. It's not like Great Depression big. I mean, the reason the Great Depression happened was because there was a lot of people's money that they were invested in a lot of bad shit. And we will never have a Great Depression again because the policies that led to the Great Depression do not exist anymore. Specifically after like the stock market crash of 1929, there was there's so much federal law put in place for all of that.
Well, I mean, on top of that, the mechanisms that are in there, if the stocks all of a sudden crashed by a certain percentage, the market shuts down.
Yes, indeed. Now, if there's runs on the bank, like if bunch of banks go under and your money's in there, that might be a time to don't panic, but that's time to take things seriously. But when we're talking market dips,
don't worry about that. All my money was in my was all stuffed into my mattress, and then I went fishing with all of that money, and for some reason it just disappeared.
All that money in addition to all your guns.
Yeah, I put mine in prophylactics. Money I don't have.
Expired. Damn it.
Canned goods, condoms, and cigarettes. Oh, and toilet paper.
Yeah.
Canned
2020
goods,
again? Jeez.
Comics, Skittles, Marlboro cigarettes, and lotto scratchers. Everyone always buys lotto scratchers. I never bought one. I don't feel. I'm not a lottery thing.
Dumb. Don't do that.
Why do people buy lotto scratchers as much as they do? I never got into the hype of doing that. So
okay, here's a little.
If you're gonna have, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say a little anecdote is that if I plan to, I don't buy them very often, but if I think about buying one, and then I buy, I never win. But if it is literally split of the moment, I'm just up there and I go, what the hell, and I get one, I win.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been a big gambler unless it's like playing cards, because at least I have a stake in if I win or not.
Yeah.
So, like playing blackjack, I decide when to hit it. I do the math in my head. I try to count cards without counting cards. You know what I mean? I try to keep track of what cards have come down if I can, and maybe play some side bets on other people's stuff. But even that's, I don't do that. I just play my own cards, my own hand, and it's just whether or not you hit 21, as close to 21 as you possibly can. And
here's the
you got a chance.
Right. Here's the Emerald's way of playing blackjack.
Don't.
You go to a table that is $25 a turn. Okay. You only bring $100 and you just plop it down. And I get on a roll that I'm up to $1,000. Do I walk away? Fuck no, I'm stupid. And I walk losing that $100 because the dumbass didn't walk away after I'd won $1,000.
Nice.
on $25 blackjack.
I heard a really good strategy from a guy who one of my old managers. He was a weird guy. He was a really weird guy, but I thought this was a brilliant strategy. So whenever you go to the casino, you got maybe you got your gambling money. Put that in your left pocket. That's what you gamble with. Whatever your winnings, put it in your right pocket. Do not touch it.
Yep.
Do not touch it. You're guaranteed money. And only gamble with what you have in your left hand. Because if that's what all you gamble with, you're usually going to make money. You're usually going to walk out with at least something. You're not going to walk out flat broke. Do not spend your winnings. Walk out with your winnings, such as they are. Even if you spend $100, even if you only make 75, you've only lost 20. You've only lost 20, 25. It's the same thing. Or if you lose 50, oh man, but if you will never lose less than $100. So always do that. Be smart and stay away from the booze. Keep your eyes on your cards. Don't do slot machines. Maybe craps. There's at least dice and stuff involved in there. But if it's electronic, fuck that. No.
Well, the last time I walked up to play craps, I started working on my D&D character, and then I rolled the dice, and then they all were just staring at me.
A D20. Oh man, you cracked the code. Here's all the winnings.
I went to play craps, and it kicked me out because I mean it had nothing to do with feces. So I wasn't. I walked out. I had shit in one hand, crap in the other, and they said, "Yes, sir, you can't play." So,
big money. Oh wait,
they kicked me out of the theater. At the casino.
The theater. Yeah. Just play the games that they played in the 60s.
That's the last time that's the last time I go to a casino night at my church.
This reminds me of that episode of That 70s Show where they had like a big old game night at the church basement, and Red was playing craps and winning everything.
No, remember, it's not craps. It's crepes. It was crepes.
Here we call it crepes. Yeah. God, I love that actor that plays Pastor Dave. He's built for comedy. His face and his demeanor are just brilliant.
The number one winning prize is a rock and roll record. John Denver.
I love that show.
And too bad almost every single actor in that TV show turned out to be a freaking creep.
That's the crazy thing about TV now at this point, or like movies. You find out just randomly. You'll be like, you'll be like at work doing anything, and just randomly news will drop about this favorite person. It's a horrible guy, and you're just like, fucking hell. Can we not have normal people in this world? Yeah. Like, have people seen like any of those new videos with those people that capture the PDF file guys? Mm-hmm. There's so many of them I've been popping. It's like, what is wrong with the world? Can the world go back to being normal for a little bit? Just like 5 seconds?
It's always been like this. We just have the internet to show us how bad it really is.
Right there. Yep. Yep. But I mean, sunlight's the best disinfectant. So if all these people are being exposed, I don't care how many are being exposed. I don't care who's being exposed. I want to know their names, and I want to know their addresses so I can loot their home. And I want them in prison for the rest of of their natural lives. If that's
which is not going to be that long.
I mean, depending on the crime. There is a difference between like CP and actual like raping a kid. Yeah. They're big different. There are gradations, but if you're there to meet up with a kid, then straight to the wood chipper.
Yeah.
But going back to that 70s show briefly, the only one that seems to have kind of stayed away from all of it actually is Topher Grace.
Yeah.
And they kind of made it sound like he just was antisocial and all that stuff. It's like, no, he saw what was going on with the rest of them and did not want to be around it. No, also their links to Scientology.
Yeah, Danny Masterson, that one was sad. It's like, oh God. But I remember that that prison sentence that he got for, it wasn't even rape. I don't remember. I don't know. He got like decades in prison for a rather small crime, or rather minor crime. It was weird. I'm like, that's a bit much. I don't know.
It was still SA, but it was being covered up. Yeah, but it was being covered up by the church.
Who's that?
Of course it was. Danny Masterson.
Oh yeah.
And they went through what they felt what the organization felt was corrective measures, but the women that came out felt that no, this wasn't handled properly, and then that's when it became part of an actual
essay.
Wow.
Yeah, that and legal criminal.
Yeah. The pastor name Kevin McDonald. He's one of the kids in the hall. Those dudes are fucking fantastic.
Pastor Dave.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Speaking of that, I want to share this with you guys. I forgot to share with y'all in the group. Some comedy show coming, Comedy for Kamala. There's some big fucking names in there, man. It kind of like took me by surprise. John Hamm is one of them.
He's a comedian.
I mean, he does funny stuff, and he can be funny. But I mean, I didn't think he.
I just see him as Draper.
There's a couple of the names I was like, man, I didn't think that they were drinking that Kool-Aid. You know,
but they're Hollywood.
They're Hollywood. They have to. A lot of political activism in Hollywood's all performative, because remember what Chris Gore said. I don't remember if you had seen that. You have to fake being gay in order to even get jobs there. You cannot. You have to toe the line.
Nick Offerman.
Oh, that's not surprising. He's been a leftist.
No, that one, yeah, he is. He's
been a loon bag since the beginning. He passed himself off as a libertarian, but he's a basic bitch liberal.
Craig Robinson.
Mm-hmm. Not surprising either.
Jason Bateman. That one surprised me.
Wasn't he in Hot Water? Not Hot Water, but didn't he say something crazy recently? I don't know. It's
John Stamos is another one.
Nah, that one. No, that makes sense.
Yeah,
he just kind of caught me off guard.
I mean, because the whole point, he divorced.
So she divorced him.
What's her name?
Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah, thank you.
But she divorced him.
Probably because he was a nutbag loon.
I thought Rebecca Romaine had only been. Well, was she married to John Stamos?
Yeah, she was. Now she's married to Jeremy Connell.
Okay.
That kid from Stand By Me.
Oh wow, you're right. Rebecca Romaine just reminds me of the X-Men trilogy.
What did you just say? Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how at least some of them actually had careers after that movie?
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'm thinking the wrong movie. I'm thinking Goonies.
Oh.
Well, Stand By Me. How many of them did or didn't have careers?
Well, even Stand By Me had. I mean, they went on to at least for some time have some kind of career.
Yeah, like River Phoenix, Will
Wheaton,
Kiefer
Sutherland.
Stayed away.
Oh
yeah. Don't forget
Richard Dreyfuss.
What has to be perfectly honest, what has Wesley Crusher really done other than Star Trek? That
Big Bang Theory and
Big Bang Theory played
himself. His podcast.
Pretending to be his board game channel wasn't bad.
He was playing a parody of himself, according to him.
But he really wasn't a parody.
Sure it was a parody.
He's probably like the idealized version of himself. But oh god, he's just the epitome of soy boy leftist. It's actually kind of it made me laugh. You obviously Forrest Gump, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know Jenny's socialist boyfriend pals around with Black Panthers and hits her. Yeah. So Razorfist pointed out those are male feminist leftists to a T.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about it, that's all they are. They are spineless, weak-willed people. They let their anger at their fake anger at the state of the world overwhelm their good sense, and then they hit women and abuse people, and they're like, "Oh, just so angry about LBJ," because remember that was the joke.
Yeah,
that was the joke. So, just LBJ, man, just pissing me off. That's
I had to fight in the middle of the Black Panther Party.
Yeah, Forrest Gump is the most manly person in there, just stone faced. He has no idea what's going on, and he's facing this Black Panther. He's just screaming at him, like, "What the hell?" And Like that's kind of male feminist in a nutshell, and that Will Wheaton just exudes that energy. Except maybe not the wife beating part. That actually require upper arm strength. But good
It'd
God,
probably be husband beating anyway. But
oh man, wow! For 51, Rebecca Romaine looks amazing.
Sorry, I was just getting some stuff done, getting a lot of videos that I have to get done. Just putting them all together. It's just. God, there's so much stuff. Like I told people, if we sat here and talked through everything that would happen in a weekend, we'd be here for like another 3 hours. Like, keep in mind the fact that we had that Gary Nerdrotic thing happen where
that was funny.
The guy's protected his tweets.
Oh, yeah, man, dude.
And then he deleted a bunch of them, and then they came back online.
One of the tweets that he put out. Oh my God, the third one? He was like. Just being honest, he's just racist, and he should just come out and admit he's a white supremacist. It's like, God, he tried to do the whole Avengers reference. He was like, "Take your microphone away. What are you, like, bro? Oh, cool. Congratulations. You watched the Avengers. You caught on some witty dialogue. Good job, like, bro. I don't get it, man."
And then didn't even have the gall to say those what did he say? Those who are used to privilege don't like it when something like those who are used to privilege. When you're accustomed to privilege, equality can feel like oppression. It's like, bro, you're a pronouner. You got he, him in your bio. Like you scroll down, it's like a who's who of soy boy leftism going on and on and on about Israel, about Palestine, Ukraine, gay rights, trans this. All of that. Like he's the quintessential leftist NPC. The people who, run our society right now in media, government, Hollywood, and every corporation known to man. Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, you were talking about oppression when you're the oppressor. Fuck off. Like these people are they're NPCs. That everything is downloaded within them. But like, unfortunately, I wish we wouldn't have got. I mean, I took the bait after everybody else had. But I'm like, I ignored him at first. Like this guy's literally clout chasing. He's not trying to make a point. He's there to ride on Gary's coattails. And if we ignore him, then he'll go away. Because I've seen half a dozen of these people. But this one actually got some traction.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was actually involved in the cucks for Kamala. I mean, white men for Kamala.
Well, I mean, apparently he bragged about Ethan Van Sciver following him, so that's probably not too far off.
That's not the
flex. And that's like, that's like, oh, I fucking called it. I knew it. We did. He was put up to this.
Didn't he fake DMs for Gary?
Oh yeah,
DMs from Gary. That was earlier
Lady
today.
Gravemaster, his producer. It's like, you fucking idiot. You don't think a show as big as his doesn't have people that can prove you wrong? But the point is not to be proven right. The point is to generate outrage and generate clicks. But he didn't even have a YouTube.
Even though he blamed Gary for that. Remember the second tweet? He blamed Gary and his crew for trying to dig up outrage and make people angry. And it's like, what? Because that's the thing people don't. That's the thing people don't understand. Even though we would know those DMs are fake, if you show that to someone, they're just not going to know. The point is to not prove they're fake. The point that he was trying to prove is like, hey, if I just fake these, people are just gonna believe it because they're that stupid. And it'd be like, let's be honest here, people are really that stupid. They'll believe shit if it's like that.
Oh, they did. The comments were full of people who actually believed him. But the thing is, it's also incredibly easy to fake DMs. Yeah, you don't even have to have anything sent.
Discord even showed that right in the comments.
Yeah, let's put it this way. My mother of over 70 years old on Sunday even asked, what's going on with Nerdrotic? He said his channel's under attack. Even my mom was asking about that.
What? That's awesome. But
oh god,
that just shows how cool Gary is, because he leaned into the meme. He didn't respond to it because that's what this little prick wanted. He didn't respond to it. He made fun of him. He made fun of him. He didn't even make fun of him directly. He made fun of him indirectly, not even referencing. We knew the joke.
Yep.
But he wasn't even mentioning this guy. We knew what it was all about. Like, brilliant. The man knows how to take a punch because he's been in prison, for God's sake. And then, indeed. But you look below all the comments. It's full of the same stuff he's always going, hey, Gary sold meth to kids. Didn't happen. Never happened at all.
Yeah,
never.
Dude, I didn't.
He was arrested for possession.
I've heard that. And I'm sitting there going like, do you people know what kids do to get drugs? I'm not saying Gary did or didn't do that. What I'm saying is people need to get this out of their mind that certain kids are these innocent angels that don't do anything wrong.
I
don't know
Johnny.
where that comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, what kind of, like,
even if he was selling, why were they buying? There's two criminals here.
Well,
right.
He lived in California.
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say this with the caveat that I think the age of consent should be where it's at, 18 and above. 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds know what the fuck they're doing.
They do.
Yeah.
14-year-olds know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
I witnessed it firsthand. They know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah. So in terms of like people trying to sexualize minors like that will be different because that's a different level of thinking their minds aren't able to comprehend. But as far as like smoking and everything,
bullying,
oh my god,
they know
I feel like people on the internet literally do not have kids, and it's good that they don't, or they've never been around enough kids to actually fully understand. Like, there's kids that willingly will go out and try to vape, smoke, do all that stuff just to be cool. It's like it's not that they're willingly trying to do it themselves. Just saying, yeah, a dealer selling to them, it's probably not that good either. But if they didn't get it from that person, they're going to get it from someone else anyway. Kids are in vape shops constantly. Are we not noticing this? They're willingly doing that. It has nothing to do with adults.
They're getting adults to buy it for them.
Yeah. Remember the whole classic of
Hey Buddy, right by the liquor shop?
Remember the whole remember the whole classic of like just get a guy that's next to your liquor shop to buy you some alcohol? Yeah.
I pissed off a friend in high school. I was in the jazz band. Well, I was a sound guy for the jazz band. We go play in New Orleans, and I was 18. I was the only kid. We were all seniors. I was the only 18-year-old, and they're like 5 kids are like, "Hey, if I give you money, you buy cigarettes?" Like, the fuck is wrong with you? On a school trip? I'm not fucking doing that.
It's really tobacco smoke and nicotine stays on you for a very long time.
Right. So all I need is one of the 10 parents with us watching me in a fucking little convenience store buying 20 packs of cigarettes because you fuckers. Fuck y'all.
And the thing is, you'll get charged as an adult. They will not. They won't even, if they even get charged. You'll get charged as an adult. Never take that risk. In the city of
New Orleans, they could probably get away with it themselves.
How many vape shops you guys have in your city or town? I know we have 4 here.
My immediate vicinity, probably 6.
Well,
within a half-mile radius.
Hot stores, I would say we have around 20.
No, sorry, my bad.
Vape shops, I would say around the 30 mark.
You have around 30? That's insane.
There's probably more, easily 4 times that just in the city, but like in my immediate vicinity, at least 10.
Like right up the street, 5 minutes up.
Literally right up the street. Right there.
Right there. Yeah.
Well, I just threw it away because I didn't want to get in the habit of it. It's just kind of
okay. I got a pot shop that's only 4 blocks away from me.
Same. Oh my god.
I don't know.
Oh, that's incorrect. I'm sorry. That's wrong lingo. I have a state-approved
dispensary.
Dispensary. That's what they're called now. Yeah, we have one of those.
Candy shop. They sell all the gummies.
Yeah, we have one of those. So anyway. I'm just saying, like, kids literally have. I'm not saying he did or didn't do it. I'm saying it's like teenagers aren't like these innocent angels everyone makes them out to be. There's ones that are like literally in criminal shit trying to get people killed. And I just think I don't know where that comes from, but please stop thinking that. That is by far no. I'm not saying all kids are bad. I'm not saying all teenagers are doing that shit, but to act like every single one of them are incompetent, stupid, they can't do anything. Actually, we'll do a big one that just happened literally earlier this year. It was one of the biggest stories earlier this year, and the verdict came out, and I hate the justice system, as you guys know. Remember the black kids that stomped out that white kid and killed him in Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
Are those the innocent? Were those innocent kids when they just willingly killed somebody? Real innocent kids we got there, right? They willingly just killed somebody. Didn't matter. They all got off on some sort of like plea deal. I'm not even kidding you. Stupid. Yeah, those innocent black kids, those dirty, stinking, filthy apes murdered somebody. Those animals. I should put them in gas. Can't say that. Good Lord. They should be put in.
I mean, murderers should be killed. It should be killed by the state because they have broken the laws of gods and men, and that's probably one of the most evil things that you could ever do to somebody is take their life, because you're not just taking their life.
Mm-hmm. Another one in Vegas. Remember the 2 Mexican kids? They hit the older white guy, doing nothing wrong to them because they're trying to be in Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, real poor innocent kids. They pulled some Grand Theft Auto shit and killed someone. Yeah, real innocent fucking kids we got there.
A rideshare driver. Yeah.
And
those two girls did it to the old lady. The 2 black girls did it to that old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There was one video. It's very rare for me. Very rarely do I see a video like that, and I just have to get off Twitter. There was one where I saw this black girl took this white girl, 15, 14, started bashing her skull into the ground. The girl luckily didn't die.
Yeah.
The girl luckily didn't die, and luckily she'll be able to recover in a way where she might have some memory loss. Thank God. Holy shit.
Yeah,
right?
She didn't remember any of that. Yeah.
The girl, I don't know what happened to the girl, but I'm saying, like, sweet, innocent kids we have here. No, fuck off. Like, some kids definitely know what they're doing. Like, we got in trouble for that. Our parents knew we were lying to them. Because, they weren't taking that shit.
My dad beat the shit out of me if I got in a fight, like, if I did something to somebody.
Yeah.
I've taken a belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My mom broke panels over my head, and I wasn't a bad kid.
Yeah.
No.
I really wasn't.
Want to teach you a lesson. That's how you learn.
I learned quick, trust me.
Yeah. And it's so funny because sometimes on Instagram I'll scroll through it, I'll see these idiot parents railing against corporal punishment. I don't ever hit my kids. Like, no, you're doing it wrong. We use the term colloquially, it's a colloquial joke. It's a reference when I say beat. No kid's grown up normal that has ever been legitimately beaten in their lives. No. And so, like, I was a pretty well-behaved kid. I didn't really act out because I didn't want to. Yeah, no, because my parents established early on, pain will follow if you disobey. But the difference is, because we had some neighbor friends. Whenever they would spank their kids, they'd do like 10, 15, 20 swats, full arm. And these kids are probably 5, 6, 7, 10 between then. I'm like, what the hell? But for us, like for my parents, they'd always say, listen, this hurts you more than it hurts me. I love you. You did this. This is a punishment. And I'm doing this because I love you. It was never out of anger. They made absolutely sure of that. That's why I sat on the bed before I got my whooping, because to give them a chance to calm down.
My parents were swatter. My mom was the iron part. I got hit with the iron part. Yeah,
it makes sense. True. It's very true. Spare the rod, spoil the child.
You have to do it right. You have to tell the kid why this is happening. You have to tell them, I don't hate you, I love you, and I'm doing this to protect you, to save you. If you don't lay that down, if all they know is pain, they don't know what they don't create those pathways in their head that consequences have actions. The actions have consequence. I'm an idiot. I'm tired. The actions have consequences.
You from voting Democrat.
I mean, how many?
But remember, this week on Twitter, you're only supposed to tell kids "I told you so," and that's just good enough for them.
Oh, fuck that shit!
That take was coming back.
So on the some kids get 10 to 15. You gotta watch, man. Some kids I've seen take a full on whip and laugh. So parents keep going.
They weren't like they kept because they did that while we were there, just hanging out with because it was always their siblings that got the shit beat out of them.
No,
but so I was just playing with a friend, and
I'll whip him and he's laughing at me. I'm like, it takes everything not to keep going. I mean, because like he's like something to cry about. You whip him once, he's like laughing at you, like.
Oh, listen here, motherfucker.
Oh, no, it's like that Family Guy bit. He's like, are you whipping me?
Yeah. No, like I grew up in a house that was very strict with discipline and then crossed the line quite a few times when I was growing up.
Oh, that tickled.
No. I'm talking like the fire into beatings. No. And it
it can definitely be done the wrong way.
Yeah.
Just the beating itself is not necessarily an evil thing to do. It's
with the way kids really overall are just being modernly raised, and it's not by all, and I don't want to generalize, but by and large, you look at a lot of the behavior that's been going on right now, especially look at social media. Those are kids that have never been properly disciplined in their lives.
They've never been punched, and I'm using this metaphorically. Ever been punched in the mouth?
Yep.
I don't mean literally. Although that too.
The world would be better if people were allowed to get into more fights. Because when you're allowed to,
the autistic kid in Florida, remember the school teacher took his switch and he beat her? Remember that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Poor, sweet, innocent, autistic kid almost killed his teacher. Remember, poor kid.
Nope.
Fucking hell, you know.
Nope.
And I'm trying. I understand. I don't.
Back shots.
And don't take this the wrong.
Yeah, we're gonna take it the wrong way. Go ahead.
Oh no, I love taking it the wrong way.
Why? I don't understand. Why does it seem? Because I got two ideas. Because there's it's just so much contradiction. I don't really know where to begin. Why does it seem like only minority kids are the ones who are being this psychopathic? Because it doesn't seem. Because if we were truly this racist society, which we're not, let's be honest, why would there be footage leaked? Why would news reporters even report on what, or social media or anything, society or anything, even allow videos of kids beating the shit out of adults? Why does it only seem like, not only, but why does it seem like
the majority?
Mostly the majority of these, and sometimes kids get into fights, but like the really heinous, brutal, nasty shit are primarily minorities.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play. Well, I don't want to play into the trope or the stereotype behind it. But if you really look at it, it does have to do with fatherless homes, partly.
Yeah, I agree. And for those of you listening on audio, I'm grimacing. I don't like admitting that, but it's a pattern that I'm sensing, and I don't interact with these kind of
or not fatherless. It could be motherless behavior or lack of parent. Lack of one-ish parent, and then since it's a lack of one parent, then grandparents have to raise them. And you're all tired of grandparents already raising that fucking kid 18 years, 20 years, and they got to raise another kid, It's just horrible cycles, man. You know what?
It's the destruction of the nuclear family that's occurred.
I was going to bring that up right now. I was going to bring that up, which is, it's weird that I'm not saying it's always right. You know, it's weird that in third world countries or second world countries, they believe in this idea that your kid could graduate school or however they do it, and they could still live there, and it's fine. You know, in our society, we kind of like you want to kick them out until like they're 20 to go do their own thing. It's weird. Like they try to preserve family together as much as they can. Like Italians are very big on that. Mexicans are big on that. But you talk to
Catholic culture.
They want to get rid of the kids. Right when the kids are done, they're out.
What I've noticed is in these countries, when their kids hit that adult age, they'll stay at home, but they will function as an adult.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whereas here, if the kid stays, I'm not saying all the time. Generally, if the kid stays and doesn't work, doesn't go to college, or doesn't do shit when they graduate college, they still want mom to wash their clothes, mom to feed them, mom to clean up.
It's so weird. Yeah.
It's and it just goes like back to the thing you mentioned about the why do we see only certain types? It's a cultural thing. Look at the culture of, I'm gonna say thug, not gangs. I'm gonna say thug. It's cool to beat people up. It's cool to threaten people. It's cool to walk in and just, demean every single person around you. Demean women, beat on people who you feel have disrespected you without even finding out the truth. It's a cultural thing,
Yeah.
My superhero could beat up your superhero.
Yeah,
no, I wish we could fight over that.
I think that also hinders kids too somewhat because, like, growing up, we had like different ways of interacting because of like the media we were consuming. So we had like a common interest based off like the love of something, even if it wasn't as good. When you got older, you could bond with someone over that naturally. It randomly, people I randomly met in high school that watched adults when like I did up to like 12 o'clock in the morning. I thought I was the only guy who was doing that. That was cool as hell to realize I could bond with someone over like that. Kids don't.
What's that like? What's that like to have a common language with people to go to school with? I was always picked on for liking Star Trek growing up.
Well, Star Trek is for losers.
I was picked on for liking Star Wars.
I know we grew up in the age that the things that are popular now.
Yeah,
you get the shit kicked out of you for like.
Oh,
I just missed it. You guys had paid a price for your fandom. I just missed it.
And that's why I can't stand
Where did you grow up
in theory, because in my opinion, it's destroyed nerd culture. But that's my opinion about the show.
Yeah, we hate your opinions here.
Well, whether you ask where we grew up.
If people found out that you liked this stuff when I was in school from 2005 to like 2000 whatever to like 2013, I'll be honest with you, man, you were ostracized. People won't like beat you up. Some kids didn't. They only got beat because they talk shit to people and they were weird. They were actually weirdos outside of the media. They were just being fucking losers.
Dude, but you bring your D&D book to school, they'd find out you had a D&D book, they would destroy the book.
That's fucking.
They would take it, piss on it, dump it in the toilet, whatever, throw it in the puddle of water.
You find that worse, or the mental abuse where you would get called all sorts of things? Girls wouldn't want to talk to you. Dudes wouldn't want to associate with you.
It was both about the same. I'll like for me at least. Like mentally, it fucked me up mentally in high school, but physically, I mean, man, I was fighting someone every other day. You know. Yeah, I wore comic book shirts. I mean, I got to the point where I wore only sports clothes because even though I played sports, I refused to have to. When I was in band, and if I hear another kid watch something I watch, I wouldn't say shit.
Yeah, band dorks unite.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you choose Star Trek? Star Trek has literally always been for losers. You got to get with the Star whores. God, man, come on, dude.
Ask behind the
okay, so I'll ask you this, because when I was growing up,
paywall question.
J.J. Abrams' Star Trek Into Darkness was the biggest movie coming out for Star Trek. Did you like that one?
Nope. I have not liked any of the J.J. films.
Okay, good. That guy's a hack. Everything that guy does
he was using Star Trek in reboots as an audition tape to take over for Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. That's clear.
Star Trek into an attempt at Star Wars.
Yeah. I agree. It introduced, because I wasn't a Star Trek fan at all, even though TNG was my generation, and like Voyager and Voyager and Enterprise, those are all my generation, but I never got into it. I'd catch reruns, but it actually kind of made it cool to be a Star Trek fan, and that's the worst thing to do. I'm realizing it in retrospect, that's the worst thing to do. Because it's funny. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Finish.
Oh, I was just saying, because I really liked Into Darkness, even though the title didn't make sense. Star Trek Into Darkness is kind of weird, but I liked it. When I first saw it, I thought it was kind of fun, but then I watched it a few years ago. I'm like, this script is ridiculous. I know what they're referencing, and like it was empty. It was vapid. It was just modern Star Wars. It's just loose. Loose references to other better shit that you rather would be watching.
We literally took Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, threw it in a blender, and then spit it out and tried to modernize it. The whole point that I am Khan, like the crew would even understand who the fuck Khan is.
Well, that was a comedic bit too, because Kirk and Spock are like, huh? They had no idea who that was. That was specifically for the audience. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And then the whole role reversal of Kirk dying instead of Spock in the engine core. And
I didn't mind that because it was a different timeline, maybe different circumstances. But again, Khan with all the whole complicated double cross. Oh, there's people in the torpedoes, and I was kind of dumb.
Into Darkness is his name. Only fans. Man, Tony's on the fucking ball tonight, man.
Yes, he is.
Star Trek for me was always because it was more available. In the 80s,
reruns are everywhere.
But I mean, you had the shows, you had the show, then you had the movies, which came out periodically throughout the 80s. Then you had the Next Generation. Star Wars Jedi came out in 82. Then you had nothing really. So like Star Trek was on TV constantly. So that's I was like, I got into that because hey, it's a nice little substitute for Star Wars till I can get to my VHS player in the living room, watch the movie. So I mean, I liked it. It was never really like my favorite or even.
I know. If you're looking at the TV shows, and we're gonna ignore all of bad reboot, so everything 2009 and on. If you're looking at
Lower Decks was okay.
Yeah, well, if you're looking pre 2009, actually, my favorite series of Star Trek actually is Deep Space Nine.
A lot of people have been saying that.
Now, the only reason Next Generation's kind of been slowly ticking down is because the actors have opened their damn mouths.
Yes.
And that it makes it harder to watch and separate it out. And then on top of that, seeing Whoopi Guinan, who was always a good character, and then now you hear her and her idiotic, stupid takes off The View and going, I can't even watch episodes that you're in anymore.
And what's funny is in 2008 or was it 2011, the video popped up recently that she was like talking how much she loved Trump. Like he was on some show she was doing, and she was like, "Oh, you're so awesome, I love you."
Oh yeah. It was the moment he ran as a Republican. Was the moment he became enemy number one for the left.
Yep.
Had he ran as a Democrat, they'd be all in love with him.
Yeah, the Overton window would have shifted more further right if he run as a Democrat. He should have run as a Democrat. I think I would have liked him more if he ran as a Democrat. If he was still running as a Democrat, be like that would probably be the first Democrat vote I've ever cast.
But that's the thing about Trump is that he's not a conservative. He's not really a right winger. He's a populist.
Yeah, he just loves America and loves the people. And once he kind of has this idea of rising tide lifts all boats. And he's not really. He's willing to be swayed on some things he probably shouldn't, like the bump stock ban happened under him, but the Supreme Court overturned that recently too. So what was the point?
Yeah.
But that was really, and people are like, oh, he's not 2A. He did the bump stock ban. It's like, did anybody alive did anybody have? I had one cousin who had a bump stock, but he never used it because he couldn't shoot right with it because it was a useless thing. It was just all for fun, just to waste bullets.
It's a spray and pray. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all it's a spring. It's a spring. And you don't need to buy one. You can make one yourself. It's all you need to do. But people are kind of losing, the right was kind of losing their ever-loving minds about it. I'm like, guys, are any of you affected by this? No, you're not. But not that it matters. He was still making deals with the likes of Dianne Feinstein, who sat there and giggled like a little schoolgirl and wanted to slap her face off. But I think he's learned that you don't make deals with these people. You don't. You sit them down, slap them in the face, tell them how it is, and then let them cope and seethe and mold until you're done.
Yep, because they're shaking your hand with one and stabbing you in the back with the other.
Republican and Democrat alike. I think he knows he has no friends in the establishment. That's why the grassroots stuff he's doing is doing gangbusters. It's doing gangbusters. Yeah. I've never seen, even in 2016, even in 2020, I've never seen this level of enthusiasm, like mainstream enthusiasm for Trump. And I mean, it seems like it's kind of a done deal, especially because they know Kamala's cancer. So, I mean, he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot of good he's connecting with a lot of younger people.
Or today,
people with influences.
The Kamala Harris clip that she put out, or someone clipped it where she was talking about wokeness, and I was like, all right. There's a reason why I never hear this bitch when she talks. You're like, you ever heard what she said? No, everything she talks is mute.
The significance of the passage of time is significant of the passage of time, which is significant. The passage of time.
And as the passage of time goes, it is significant.
And what's significant about the passage of time is that Russia is a big country, Ukraine is a small country, and Russia wants to take over this small country, and that's bad.
The significance of the passage of time is
you're going to be able to see space with your own eyes.
I can do that at night, bitch.
The significance of the passage of time is eventually I will mount my TV on a wall. But that's gosh,
we will.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's decent.
Well, I'm black. We get one of those every once in a while. Like Dave Chappelle. Remember how he attacked the trans community? People were all over him for that controversy's gone. And remember, wait, I forgot the Netflix.
Oh no, he's still getting. No, they doubled down. They held on to him.
That was rare because that company's been very big on pushing all that.
They're weird, man.
I was like, that's why I believe most of this is fake. This has to be because they're being endorsed by other companies. Do you mind? Like the housing market situation, I looked into it a little bit because my friend said just look into it a little bit. BlackRock and that other company, Vanguard, have been investing a lot into housing to sell them back to people at 3 times the price. I think it's mostly these two companies and putting all the money into other companies, making them talk like this. Yeah.
That's the biggest problem with BlackRock and Vanguard, because as stated by the World Economic Forum, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. It's turning everyone into renters.
To add to that, you will eat bugs and you will like it. Remember how we had that that forum that came out about these people that control like the food. They're like, bugs are like all this stuff about bugs and frogs. And
for about 6 months. For about 6 months, we had so many advertisements for bugs. We have Nicole Kidman eating mealworms on camera, like all these, and it never lasted. Nobody's like, oh, look at this all new bug burger, and the American public are like, fuck you, no.
Remember the summer with
that's what you eat after communism. You don't eat that before that.
At the beginning. Well, remember we had a lot of cicadas that happened a couple years ago that they actually came out and were telling people, don't go out and collect cicadas to eat. Those aren't safe.
God. Could you imagine rolling up to a restaurant, instead of getting chicken legs, you want frog legs? Hey, yo, waiter, can I get some frog legs?
To be fair, in the South, that's a big thing.
Yeah, really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
That's
you guys eat frog legs?
I don't like them, but yeah, people order that shit like chicken.
It's
fried frog legs, dude, off the bone.
You guys eat alligator too?
Fuck yeah!
Alligator's delicious.
Hey,
you eat those monsters.
Alligator is fantastic, dude.
Alligator's great. It tastes like red. Yeah, it tastes like red meat, but it's like the consistency of turkey.
Yep.
Wait,
but it's fried like chicken. It's
those alligator like chicken style nuggets. They have those.
You can bake it. You can grill
it. There's fairs here. There's 2 fairs here.
Shrimp sandwich.
A year, and both fairs they have alligator sauce. It's called alligator sauce piquant. It's kind of like a stew. It's a tomato-based stew with alligator in it. And then they'll sell like fried alligator bites and like alligator tenders.
Dude, weird. You eat alligators.
It's delicious.
If it's got legs and a tail, we pretty much eat it down here.
I guess you're just like Asian people, right? You eat dogs too.
Well, I mean,
we do not eat scorpions. We do not eat locusts. We do not eat.
This came about when the French came here. They had nothing, so they ate what they would have trapped. Now there's a thing called a nutra. It's like a beaver in the beaver family, probably 10-pound rat. It's essentially. They were so plentiful back in '98 that they were getting chefs from around the world to come down here to Louisiana and prepare them in different ways to try and put them into restaurants because they were destroying all the wetlands. They were numbering in the tens of millions. I think it was that many. So, in fact, when it was in Houston Chronicle, I was in class and my teacher said, "Hey, aren't you from Louisiana?" I said, "Yeah." Where's Cutoff? I'm like, that's where I'm from. They're like, well, you're in the front page of the paper. I'm like, what? And they were talking about chefs coming from around the world to cook rat so you could eat them because they were tearing everything apart. Yeah, man, we eat anything.
We do, and we draw the line at bugs, though.
Yeah,
we have limits.
Most of us
we'll eat. Yeah, we'll eat. Trash eating.
Can I have this
rodents, but we won't eat bugs.
But look at how just culinary has changed. The poor would trap lobsters and crab, and now it's considered a delicacy.
Yeah.
Crawfish is a mud bug, and that goes for like sometimes $20 a pound down here.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever eat oysters? I never.
Man. Yeah.
Oysters.
Okay.
We have the little thing. Oh god.
We would go hydro sliding. I don't know what it's really called, but there's like a board. You sit on your knees. You pull behind a boat.
Yeah,
and we're going around.
Kneeboarding.
Yeah, okay, it's kind of, but you're on your knees and on your feet. There's like a bunch of little bayous and shit around here behind like the main community, and you'll go for a few hours. Like, man, you're hungry. Oysters are full of salt. We'll cut into like a little bayou, pick the rope and the board up, jump off the side, walk in the mud. When you feel a cluster, go down, pull. You got a big cluster of oysters. Toss in the boat, crack it open, eat them right then and there. Great source of salt, man.
Yeah. I never. They're pretty. Yeah, they're pretty good. I had them for the first time last year, and I had both of them. I had oysters Rockefeller, the grilled with yeah, with the Parmesan cheese on it. I think it even had spinach in it. It was really good.
Yes.
But I also had raw, and I put like the vinegar on it. I didn't hate it.
We put them on crackers with hot sauce. That's really good.
Oh, that's not okay.
I don't like them fried. I don't like them fried. That's not good.
I think I like the fry. I think the flavor is a little bit better, but there's just something about it tasted cleaner when it was raw and with vinegar.
Straight out the freaking waters, tastes so much better than dude. I'd be at home. My dad would come. Hey, we got a whole 50-pound sack of oysters. Let's crack them and eat them.
When I was stationed over in New England, A lot of fried calamari.
I like calamari. Yeah.
The consistency of oyster is not something that I enjoy.
I like the taste.
Deep fry everything over there.
A lot.
Depends on where you go. That's more of that's a deep south thing, like Alabama, Tennessee.
They deep fry Twinkies.
Absolutely.
Oreo, Snickers or deep fried Uncrustable sandwich. That's fucking good.
Deep fried cookie dough is bomb. I haven't had deep fried butter.
You kind of want to take that Greendale course in fried food.
Yeah, butters. History of ice cream. Oh man.
No, but you know what's crazy, man? I never got the whole vegetarian thing. Like, I could just not see a world where I can't eat meat. I know there's a joke there.
Yeah,
meat. Have you met a girl that's an actual vegetarian? I've only met one vegetarian girl in my life. One. And she actually stuck by it. I asked her, why you do it? She's like, well, like animals. And I was like, I'll be honest. I tell you this. If the animals could do to us what we do to them, they do it. They would definitely do it if the rules switch. Planet of the Apes proves that alone.
Yeah.
There's a couple of vegetarians I know. A big cat, they toy with their prey. They're torturous. It's fuck that.
Just look at house cats. They have no problem with killing and then playing with the dead carcass.
Yeah. Your cats, maybe not. But
no, mine are well behaved.
I know a few vegetarians who actually they were healthier than people who ate meat because they did it right. They didn't do it and tell everybody they were vegetarian. They did it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Like they balanced the lack of meat to like keep their diet balanced, right? They were like healthy. Like, dude, was it wrestler CM Punk? He went vegetarian. That dude went from like good shape to like fucking phenomenal shape, just become a vegetarian. But my wife is like me. She's a food fanatic, but like she'll be like, you have to have meat with everything we eat. Like you always have to have meat. I'm like, yeah. She's like, but we can just substitute some for protein. Like the fuck you could do that. I'm cooking some meat to toss in my food.
Yeah. Well, we are omnivores. We are you just look at our jaw strength, look at our teeth. We are meant to eat both fruits and vegetables and meat. There's nothing wrong with eating meat. There's nothing immoral about eating meat. In fact, the way that
in my mouth. Sign me up. More bigger.
You know, I will never turn down a hot dog. I eat it for the taste, not the shape.
I eat for the shape. I suck for the shape, actually.
This goes for all y'all. If you ever come visit, we're gonna hit the French Quarter. There's a thing called Lucky Dog.
All you had to say was dog and French Quarter.
The French Quarter is a freaking war zone. But it's a cart. It's a hot dog cart. The hot dog's about a foot long, dude. You get the thing loaded after you've been drinking. Oh, it's a spot, dude.
You're all about that foot long, aren't you?
Hey, I have no problem putting the best shaped meats, best shaped foods in my mouth are all penis shaped.
Yep.
Dude, that's the way to diffuse the reference. Just go right into it. So like,
lean into it.
You just said it, so I can't say anything.
Just lean into it.
I can't make fun of it. You admitted to it.
You know what Uncle Don't Tell Anybody said. Just lean into it.
Oh.
Just like Arby's, they've got the meat.
I wish it was real meat. I really do. It's
every
delicious.
time I think of Arby's, I think of the Dane Cook joke where he talks about how a girl he was with, she was like her vagina was like a middle school curtain. Like just flat.
Oh yeah. It's like,
every time I hear Arby's, I think of that joke. It's like, where do I go? Like, how do I get out of here?
It was like Arby's is one of those fast food places where you don't even really like consider it when you're deciding a fast food place if you even eat that stuff.
But I will always choose it if I have an option. I will. Arby's is my favorite.
Around Arby's here, all we have is Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's, and Popeyes. So when we go places and there's an Arby's, we'll choose it because
it's not even bad food. Like I generally like eating it. It's not.
They have a Wagyu burger that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't try that.
And those potato cakes.
Ooh. Oh, the potato cakes! I remember when they just came back.
I always watch out for when they have the deals. I remember a time when you could get 5 beef and cheddars for $5.
Yep.
You
can't anymore. Now it's 2 for $5.
I used to go to Whataburger
on sale.
Build breakfast taquitos at 2 a.m. in Houston for like $10, I get 5. Now 5 costs like $30.
Yeah, it's kind of incredible because the reason that a lot of lower income people were rather overweight and very unhealthy because they they kind of ate fast food all the time because fast food was cheap, it was quick, and it's in the name. But now fast food is kind of something that only people who have a little bit of money to spend can afford now.
Yeah,
the price of food has skyrocketed for fast food. Like, this is the cheap option. Like,
it's weird how fast food is considered like a luxury / like some people only kind of get it because that's all they can afford. Even though because the reason why they can get that and afford it is because that's actually considered cheaper now than getting food at like your local supermarket. Because local supermarket, you go there, your bill might be like $120, $200. You even bought food. You could have bought like shirts, pants, soap, all that shit. This is crazy. Okay, even at McDonald's, a regular hamburger is $3.19 before tax. The small one.
Yeah, just a regular burger. Yeah.
My mom used to leave me $5 when she'd go work, and we'd be at home like 10 years old. $5.
Right. Yeah.
I would walk. I'd walk the mile to Burger King, get a Whopper meal for $3.25.
Hell yeah.
Walk down to the Super Walmart, eat samples all day long because it's the late 90s.
Oh,
eat
yeah.
Samples all day long. Get the 25-cent Sam's Choice Cokes from the machine, and walk the mile and a half home. At the end of the day, and I've had full days worth of food. And she's all right. Here's $5 again tomorrow. Go do it again tomorrow.
Nice.
Well, one thing I would do is because it would $2, you could at one time. Now, not the McDouble, which is just 2 patties with 1 piece of cheese. No, an actual double cheeseburger. So 2 pieces of meat, 2 pieces of cheese for $1. Not anymore.
Yeah.
We said the dollar menu went away. When the dollar menu went 2022, it went away. 2021, I think it went away.
Now it's the $1.50 menu or something now.
It's $5 meal. $5 meal now.
It's pretty sad when fast food, you're better off just going to a regular sit down restaurant and actually getting a better quality product.
Yeah,
you really are.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
for the same price.
Yeah, there's a wing place right near McDonald's that like we go eat at McDonald's. The wife's like, we should just go in to fucking get wings.
Yeah,
it'd have been cheaper for us to get wings all to get wings and fries with a drink than it is for freaking McDonald's. And that's a sit-down restaurant.
Well, no, I was bringing up the reason.
Wingstop is awesome.
No, it's like above that.
The reason why that's weird is because you go to a fast food place or a sit-down restaurant, you would think on average that would be like, why are you going out of your way to get that when you just go to a store and get things cheaper? It's not the case anymore. You actually go to the store and get things higher priced.
I'll be back in a minute.
Point now. Yeah,
you splurge at the supermarket. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
Never though. If you have an Aldi in your area, you will cut your grocery bill in half if you go to an Aldi in your area.
I wish we had one of them. Not Aldi's nuts. The actual place called Aldi's. Everyone.
Good.
Just saying.
Yeah. And also, it's even Trader Joe's. People because it's like expensive. It's really not that expensive. It's really not that much more expensive than anywhere else. And there's some really good shit there. It's some really good shit there. Really good snacks. Really good wine selection. If you know what to find. I've had some wine that tastes like vinegar from Trader Joe's, but it's cheap. But even Trader Joe's is still, even though it's the more higher end version of Aldi, it's still cheaper than like Kroger or Walmart or something like that.
You guys have that out there, yeah.
Yeah, we have Kroger, we have H-E-B, we have Randall's, we have a lot of places. Well,
no, I don't have any Aldis in my area, but we do have some grocery stores that do the same thing. That buy the close to expiring products that then they can get cheaper, and you can buy that stuff cheaper. You're not gonna. I mean, if you're not looking to like stock for like keep on the shelf for years. I mean, if you're going to be eating it within the next couple months, you're good going there, and you're saving your bill on your bill.
We have a salvage grocery store about an hour away that we do that. We'll hit twice a month and just like stock up on shit for like cheap.
Yeah, there's definitely ways to do it. You get just adjusting habits is difficult. So like sometimes I'll go, like I know H-E-B is around here, is a big thing in Texas, and I love H-E-B. Yeah. They're if you just don't get brand name shit, their brands are better than the brand name shit. They're blue. The Kraft mac and cheese. I mean, I could eat mountains of that. The H-E-B version is better than that. Like they even have those like a hamburger helper meals because I'm single and I make quick stuff. Their stuff is, but the HEB brand is better than that. It tastes so much better. Even their cookies, like everything.
I gotta ask this of you being in Texas. Are you telling me that there are actual grocery stores other than just like Buc-ee's?
Yes, actually, Buc-ee's is our. We go there. If you're getting groceries at Buc-ee's, you're not doing the smart thing. But I will say, Buc-ee's has some of the best brisket I've ever had here.
Did you see the dude in Louisiana that was making freaking thousands of dollars a week because of Buc-ee's?
What?
He would go to Buc-ee's, buy like thousands of dollars of like snacks. He's had a website that was shipped into places that didn't have Buc-ee's. He was selling like the nuggets. It's like double the price. And Buc-ee's was like, yeah, we're fine with that. We have no problem with that as long as he doesn't call his site Buc-ee's. We're fine with that.
Well, because what it's going to do is going to drive customers to their stores when they are nearby a place.
They are very customer friendly, and I really appreciate that about them. Unfortunately, apparently my buddy was saying they're moving a little bit further into Alabama now. It's like that's a Texas thing. Yeah, I guess they're expanding into weird areas I wouldn't expect them to. It's like that's a Texas thing. It kind of ruins the novelty of it. So like, please stay here.
They skipped us because of our politicians and our greediness.
Yeah. Oklahoma is much the same thing. That's where I was raised. It is not. Oklahoma could be the next Texas if they were smart, but they only recently just became a red state. So it just you could become the next Texas. We have plenty of room. That's always what I marveled when I was like in high school or college. Like we have so much room out here for manufacturing. Tulsa could expand out. It could expand out to the horizon because you don't have a whole lot of natural barriers. The further east you go in Tulsa, north and south, same thing. You could really expand, and if only for some reason our local state or I don't know really who's to blame, but state politicians are not great about bringing in businesses. And it's a shame because again, Oklahoma could be the next. It's a huge. Oklahoma's like a drive-through state, but it has 75 like cutting it in half, and that 75 goes all the way down to the coast in Galveston. Yeah. I don't know why. Oklahoma's got a really great culture too. Where it's like Indians and cowboys kind of are the marriage of Indians and cowboys with a side of old oil money. Because we have, I keep saying we because I was raised there. I still love the city, even though I'm in Houston. We have the biggest collection of Art Deco buildings in the world because we were an oil town, and then the oil boom kind of dried up, but still the culture remained. So we are very loyal to the culture and to our state. So it's like take advantage of that, all of that. I just don't know why Oklahoma is just not embracing that. It's weird.
I think I can't say for sure, but I thought I had recently seen some maps referring to Oklahoma, and they're in kind of the same situation as like Utah, where the government owns a lot of the land.
They do.
Federal government.
Yeah. Oh, so feds. Shit.
The federal government, not the state government. So that's
a hard time.
Which I think is wrong. I don't think the federal government should own any land. It is the state's land to do with.
Talk about a conflict of interest right there.
Yeah. I can imagine the feds would have some say, but there's also a lot of oil money there, like private oil companies. So I don't know. I don't think the feds would have too much. There's also farmland. Yeah. So I don't, but that's a good point. I don't know. Maybe if the feds do on some.
Or you guys could live in California where our governor is going to clean up the state, as he says.
By driving out all of the businesses like Tesla and SpaceX.
Just in time for election year. How convenient.
But hey, let's get rid of Skittles because that's the company we need to get rid of.
Really?
Remember, he had a problem with Skittles for some reason. I forgot there was a reason about it. He speaks and I just don't listen. I'll just be completely honest with you. He said stuff and it's like, okay, dude, you're on crack. I remember when he was debating Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis was like, your own family moved out of California.
Yeah. DeSantis handed his ass back to him 6 times to Sunday. It was brilliant.
Oh gosh, man. But yeah, we had a good show tonight. You know, nice, quick one. Get in, get out. Just like I have sex with my wife. I might have failed with the bartender, and then after that, I might have failed rizzing her up. And then last night, Tiny was like, "You didn't even try. I bet you can't even fuck a woman." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is laying into me right now."
Well, since we're going down that route, MSK, you need to channel your inner Kamala to get those last 6 subscribers for 1,000.
Just talk about the significance of the passage of time, and you
every 3 words you need to cackle for no reason.
Oh god!
And make sure you express your love of Venn diagrams.
And make sure I use the word woke because I'm trying to be hip with the kids now.
Venn diagram and dicks. Dicks of powerful men.
Yes, and
go after neurotic. That'll do it.
I'd rather not actually have thousands of people telling me that I'm retarded, a faggot, an idiot. It's like people that get. Oh, I wouldn't say attacked because the person that's doing it deserves it because they enacted it. But just imagine that you would go out of your way to do something stupid, and you would get angry at the fan base of that person for getting mad at you for doing the stupid thing. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? You just say some inaccurate bullshit, and people just were going to sit by idly and not. What the hell is wrong with people? Like you talked about earlier, the difference is consequences for nobody these days.
Well, the difference is it's not legitimate criticism. It was all buzzwords. It's all just saying leftist buzzwords we heard the past 10 years. So we felt completely encouraged and okay with ourselves to call him all sorts of names and to meme him into the ground because he's a meme himself. He's a walking meme, and he'll be forgotten next week. Nobody will give a shit, and that's what these people should be. But if you have legitimate criticism, we are more than willing to tell you how wrong you are. But we'll at least listen. We'll at least try to listen. But people like that, no, you dismiss them, you laugh at them, you tell them to shut the fuck up.
I can understand on some degree about like the whole film criticism portion of it, but even that is always disingenuously contrived from their points because they're talking in this like weird abstract way of like because they're the ones saying this and that means that everyone's gonna think, and it's like no. There are fans of theirs that like them, and some of them even just vehemently disagree with all their points, but they watch them because they're entertaining. Like, what is this notion that if you watch someone, you agree with everything that they say to a fucking T? It's like that's not even how you function as a human.
Because it's the team politics situation where if you support one team, then automatically you think that the other side thinks the same way and agrees with everything of that side. It's projection.
Yeah.
So because they like, let's say, throw a name out there because
the Marvels,
a fan, he's a fan of EVS. So he hears whatever EVS says and thinks all of the same about and thinks what EVS does against Nerdrotic or Geeks and Gamers. And thinks that anyone that supports or just happens to watch or comments on something, well, they're obviously in total agreement with Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic. Which isn't true.
Oh god! Today, Jeremy posted a screenshot of a comment that says his video was very informative, and he said, "I know at this point this is a bot." Everyone in the comment section was like, "We've been watching your videos for years, and we ain't learned shit." Okay.
What's funny is Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers will post something about it, and like people are like he said he was fired from Nerdrotic or something. People are like they're like, "Oh, it's about time you were fired," and it's like, dude. Read the fucking room.
Nobody can do that.
Or how him and Eric July were going back and forth with each other. That was funny.
And then he's gay
though.
And then you had one of the guys because I think Eric or Jeremy deleted the thread because people were assuming way too many bad things about it. Yeah, one of the guys' comments that I saw before he deleted it was like, "Man, I really hate Jeremy." It was a guy that liked this post, but this is what politics does to people. Politics do this to people to the point where someone could like you for your entire life, but you espouse one political thing they don't like, and this just snaps. This person, he's not a bad guy. I don't think he is. Maybe he got a little too angry. It's crazy because the problem with Twitter, it's like if you're at work and you've been working all day, you're angry. Someone says something you don't like, you get a little off your rocker a little bit. He was saying that like Jeremy was like Jeremy has this mindset of like, oh, you're with us or against us, and it's like. Okay, I have to explain it to people. Jeremy literally said in one Geeks and Gamers video I forgot he put out, it was like last year, he said you can vote for Joe Biden and work for here. So people said, well, Why would you want a leftist like that in your company? People, listen to what I'm going to say to you, and it's going to be super simple. Well, not you guys, obviously. You guys know I'm going to bring up anyway. Yeah. The point of it is to prove that you can vote for someone of a different political affiliation and still have the common human decency to work together. That's the point. Erica said this too about Riververse. Riververse is apolitical. That would mean that you could vote for Joe Biden, you could vote for RFK Jr., and you could still work. It's just as long as you get the job done, doesn't matter who the fuck you vote for. No one really gives a fuck on if you're working anyway. You're there to do work and get the fuck out. You're done. The reason why he's doing that is because it's opposite with their industry. If you think conservative, you better not say anything, and you better fall in line, or I better not everything you talk about this specific person ever. That's different. You see, with them, you can vote for Joe Biden, have maybe some conversations and debates, and they're not going to get rid of you. They're not going to. There's a gay lady running their community manager, the community manager portion of it. Like, isn't she gay? Isn't she like one of them?
Siobhan, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, she works for them. Like, I don't understand.
Tosca sisters.
That's why I don't get when people say Jeremy doesn't like gay people. It's like, you guys know his community manager is gay. She literally has a gay flag in her bio. I'm not saying she's a bad person, but like, read the room, people. Like, do you believe the shit you're saying? Please tell me you do.
Yeah. It's like, we don't really care. We don't really care if you're gay or not. Can you take a joke? You know? Yeah. All right, is that your entire personality? We don't give a damn. We really don't. But when you use it as just a way to attack anyone who isn't you, then fuck you. Yeah. A shield against criticism or a weapon against everybody else, then fuck you. That's when we start hating you. We don't give a damn.
Because I'd imagine guys you guys work with, you don't all agree, probably don't even like each other politically, but you can get along and work together because that's what adults do. They can put aside their differences at work. You don't even know this person and just go about your day. Like, not everyone that works average. I imagine even people that work at like fast food places, not all of them agree with each other on politics, but you can just do it because you just get the job done and go home. I don't know what happened to the world where that can be a thing. People thought Jeremy was some sort of like Christian. I was like, I'm not even religious myself. Why would you ever think? I'm not touching that. But I will say this: if you thought Jeremy was a Christian,
maybe, but it's irrelevant. That's up to him. That's his own faith. It doesn't. It's not none of your goddamn business.
Yeah. I've noticed this about. And look, I'm gonna say this. I don't mean every single Christian, but I notice generally about Christians. If you're nice, the other people automatically assume other Christians will assume you're Christian.
This is correct.
Like, it's especially in the South. Like when people find out my belief system, they like kind of stare at me like, huh? Like
Brian Griffin and Quahog.
Yeah, you're nice to people and you're good to people, and huh? Like, yeah, I believe in being nice to people, man.
Yeah,
be good to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, people don't understand. You don't have to be religious to be nice. I don't know where that comes from. People think like, oh, you're supposed to be this right-wing Christian. It's like, I don't even believe in religion like that. Like, I'm not even religious myself. What the fuck?
But
Christian, you your fucking mind.
I joke like I hate everyone and I love everyone. Because like, you know, my job it made you look for the negative in everybody all the time because that's what you did. But at the same time, I loved people. I hate being around people. I also love being around people. Yep. I mean, I want to see everybody succeed, man. I want us to freaking rise together.
Oh, before we go, last thing. This woman is insane. Alyssa Mercante's back.
Talk about my mom.
Oh God, again.
She wore a shirt on a stream that said Alyssa Mercante just DM'd my wife. Obviously, that's the Smash JT situation that people know about, right? Get one. She was supposed to be raising money for this like trans awareness thing. And she's wearing a shirt about DMing another guy's wife. Like, oh my God. Like, and people want women to vote. Really? She's going to be able to vote? She's competent enough to vote? Really?
What a horrible. And it just, whenever you had,
I'd smash. I'd do it.
Oh, absolutely not. If you boil it into detergent.
Come on, man.
No,
wait, team, man.
Not in a million years.
I wouldn't tell anybody.
If only if she paid me.
She's cute.
She wants to pay you for strokes.
Only if she were to pay me, I would make her straight again. But not even if you boiled all of her body in detergent. No way. What's the little principle? Don't stick your dick in crazy. I mean, that is the epitome of crazy.
Just based on the picture, not know everything you know. Yeah, she's a cute person.
No, even then, I'd find her repulsive.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
She'd be the type of girl that I would have a one-night thing with after a bar. Like, you don't marry this woman. It's just a one thing. You just forget about it. Like, there's no way that's not a wife.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Drunken, we can't hear you. Drunken,
if you're rapping, I can't hear you.
It's the eyes.
My cat accidentally muted my mic.
Oh yeah.
Fucking pussy.
I was gonna say, as I was saying, is that she's like a moped. She's fun for a ride until your friends find out.
It's economical. I don't care. We're gonna make fun of you. No, it's the eyes. It's the eyes, and like the way that she holds her head, it's very like I look staring at my nose at you.
Dude, that popular gamer website went under. Game Insider, Game Informer went under. Just saying, guys, the industry is. I'll reveal more about this stuff later on that I know.
I used to love that magazine because of crossword, man. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, Game Informer was fun. I miss Nintendo Power. That's what I would love to come back. But
Kotaku, does it have Long for This World?
No.
After, I'm just saying right now, the industry. Long story short, the industry pivoted to something of a horrible idea, and it's failing. And it's failing badly based off a bad, broken model. I'll go over later on from the show. We got to get out of here. I have to turn on my fans and stuff. It's getting to the point where got to start turning them on. All right, we'll start with Drunken. I'll start with Darnell. Got anything planned coming up, man?
Here tomorrow night. Curse of Strahd in 2 weeks. Probably bouncing in here and there throughout the week with your shows. Kids going back to school Wednesday, so music. I'll have time to start working on music again.
Jeez,
I'm excited.
That far into the summer? Damn,
bro. Yeah. One kid started school today. 2 more start on Wednesday.
Jeez. Oh yeah, I forgot. Kids go back to school in August now. We used to go back in September.
We go back to the end of August. End of August. Get out in beginning of June.
Yeah. It used to be always like the 27th of August or some shit like that. Yeah. Yep. Fucking hell.
Yep.
Good. Work's been so busy because this stuff. I'm cool with some slow time for a little bit. I'm fine with it. October, everything picks up anyways in October anyways because it's Halloween, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then Christmas.
So. Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, I'm cool with a few months for downtime. Yeah. Green Arrow Man who buys Skittles and steals cigarettes to have sex with hookers. What are you doing?
I don't have... No, they pay me.
You just describe what he's doing.
Gigolo.
Just a gigolo. Everywhere I go.
Well, okay, so I don't really have anything going up, but one thing I want to say before I turn it over to Strider, Deadpool Wolverine is now sitting at $823 million.
Wow.
I called it months ago.
So next week, it should hit about, because people are factoring based off the marketing and the budget, it needs to hit $1 billion for any profit range. So it's getting close to that.
However, the fall
maybe.
I don't think it needs to get that high to make.
If the budget is $200 million, then it'll be 900. But it's marketing you're going to factor in too. So let me see now. What was the budget of it really quickly?
I mean, to be fair, look at the marketing done with it. You got Heineken did something with it.
Yeah,
Hyundai, guarantee you Hyundai had something to do with that product placement.
$200 million before marketing, and it's currently at 824. So it's 750 is the break up. 750 is the break even. It's profit. It's getting close. If it hits $1 billion, it'll be profitable.
It's profit, right? I guarantee it's profit.
Now, granted, the weekly drop though from the opening, 71% drop off.
71. That's crazy.
But it still makes it. But still on the way to make it.
That was still 28 for second Friday. They still pulled in $28 million.
You know what's crazy? That's some strong legs because 71% drop is about as bad as like Ant-Man 3 and BVS. But people still kept going back to watch it.
Fucking go.
That's actually the thing. The movie had debatably a historic drop off. 7% is pretty big. It didn't matter. Imagine having a drop off that big and it not mattering. That is actually insane. Because people don't understand. The amount of people that have already watched it. It's just repeat viewings at this point. You know, Selena said it's her new favorite movie. And she's gonna watch it every as much time as she can. Selena's a girl and she's white, and they do that thing, But all right, Strider, what you got planned coming up, man?
I got Anime Matsuri this weekend, so that's going to be great.
Oh, that's cool! Awesome.
It just kind of sucks because I bought a whole weekend pass, but because I'm an adult who has to work for a living, I am missing out on 2 days. I'm missing out on a Thursday and Friday. But Saturday and Sunday is going to be fun. I've got my schedule planned. Just going to be doing that whole. I'm going to try to take more pictures this time. I don't think anybody recognizable is going to be there, but that's okay. I'm there for other reasons this time.
Dude, we need to go to A-Kon in Dallas next year.
That'd be fun. I'm trying to get to. I'm kind of trying to get to more cons. It's just expensive. But I almost wanted to do. I want to do a fan expo.
I went 4 years in a row in the mid aughts. It was the biggest con in America at the time. Biggest con in America. Dude,
yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, man, we need to go to Dallas, dude. I'd go.
Yeah, that sounds great. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to, depending on what's going on Friday. I'm still trying to decide if I can do weekly Rogues Gallery Friday night. I don't know. I don't know what events there are. Probably not. But hi, Iron, if you're watching. Well, I'm trying to figure it out. But Curse of Strahd in 2 weeks. But after that, it would have to be my last one, at least for just until I'm done moving. That's okay. Yeah, that will be the consequential one, and then I'll be moving after that, and I'll be gone for Labor Day, and then so I'll be seeing me for a bit. But yeah, I'll be back and try to find something to make videos over that will actually do well. Oh, I need to do my Gooding review. I got the book.
When the book. Comes in, we'll do the spoiler review.
Yeah, we never got around to it for Yaira. This will be much.
I had Savage Chat for Yaira.
We did do Yaira.
Wait, I had Savage Chat for Yaira.
I didn't do Yaira.
He left me.
Yeah,
fucking left
me.
We
kept like ships passing in the night.
That fucking dilf bastard left me.
Yeah. I really like Gooding. Really enjoyed it. I need to get thank you for reminding me. I need to get my review done. But yeah, just prepping for Anime Matsuri and trying to find some shoes that I can actually walk around the huge convention all weekend with and not die. Not
one clouds, dude. Those on clouds are fucking killer.
Okay, I'll take a look at those. I made the mistake of the last con I went to. It wasn't really a con, but I mean, I walked around. I walked around in Chacos, and that was
or some Asics. The Asics makes good walking shoes.
Okay, I'll take a look. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of that'll be my plan. Just really, I've been looking forward to Anime Matsuri all year, so this is going to be. I'm going to take full advantage of it.
Hell yeah!
I hear Crocs are comfortable for cons.
See, I'm not a raging homosexual, nor a member of the Chinese Communist Party.
I wore some to go to Disney in January, and those things are comfortable, man.
They do look comfortable, and from even Deadpool said they were comfortable. So maybe
so comfortable.
Oh, we'll have to talk about tomorrow. We'll have to talk about the Deadpool Wolverine controversy. Apparently, a lot of people in the industry, the mainstream audience, the gay jokes. Yeah. We'll go over that tomorrow. Fucking weirdos.
I might have to join for that one then.
I'm busy. I can't. Otherwise, I would. But I will say for all that, just goes to show you the difference between the elites and the difference between everybody else. The elites bitch and moan about gay jokes. Everybody else watches the movie, pays for it, and gets it to $1 billion. So suck it, movie industry.
And that conversation we had a while ago back, a few weeks before the movie got released, we're like, depending on how much money it makes, money will decide if Kevin Feige works with Ryan Reynolds ever again. Just saying that is getting closer and closer to being a reality.
What was it? Was the week before the release? The week of the release, we talked about it.
Yep, they were having meetings.
They were having meetings. That's thing. They're having meetings, but the money has to be the deciding factor of is this a worthwhile venture? And it's looks like now, I guess you might actually get a Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe movie. Imagine, do that.
Please
do that for a what if.
I know for me it was a perfect movie, and I know it has its holes. Every fucking hole. Name me one movie that does not have plot holes in it. They all fucking do.
Jack and Jill, Adam Sandler.
Which one?
Jurassic Park.
Jack and Jill, Adam Sandler. Best movie of all time.
Everyone has holes in it. Fuck y'all. Every movie has holes in it. It's just what people wanted. You gave us what we wanted.
Yeah, it did. It was great. I enjoyed it immensely.
I'll recommend this right now. Watch Deadpool and Wolverine again if you haven't, over watching that newest M. Night Shyamalan film, Trap. Don't watch that.
Yeah.
No. That is not worth it. If you want to watch Deadpool Wolverine again, I didn't just go watch Despicable Me 4 with your kids again. I'm watching that steaming pile of dog shit.
Trap's a good streaming movie. It's a good movie if you're not going to have an experience in the theater for.
If you really want to just like what's the thing people used to say? People forgot that phrase. Turn your brain off. No one uses that anymore. If you want a movie that makes no logical sense, if you're a parent and you get to that final reveal and you like that movie, I know you're a fucking weirdo. But get to that. Just watch Deadpool Wolverine again. If you want to turn off your brain and watch Trap, there's literally better movies in the theater coming out this week and already in there to watch. Trap is bad. I always say go watch for yourself. That's what I say as my general golden rule. But if you're asking me personally, yeah, I'd get the rope, actually. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Iron Man Podcast. New Cloud9 Podcast episodes are getting uploaded to Rumble. If you don't want to watch on YouTube, new content is getting worked on and going to be uploaded. I know I'm a little bit late on my vlog and the Trap review, but I'm getting it done tonight when I cannot be living in a sauna in California, actually.
Man, check out that thing. Check out that link I sent you in the chat, dude.
There's always PayPal paying for us.
It's supposed to be really, really good for to cool a room off.
And what else I got here? Oh, episodes of the Iron Man Podcast and Cloud9 Podcast being uploaded to the podcasting platforms. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Tuesday's big show. I'm pretty sure I don't have any one-on-ones tomorrow. So, yeah, thank you guys for your support. It means a lot. 6 subscribers away from hitting 1,000 currently. And hope you guys had a great weekend. We'll see you guys later.